headphones are optional, but it's the sickest way. It's unfortunate that they're visually so like kind of like there, but also the thought of using like little headphones to do a podcast feels like embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Like we're on the radio. That's how I like to feel.
It instantly puts you in the zone.
That's what I mean, dude. We're broadcasting.
I'm gonna get myself a water while we're broadcasting.
Oh, dude, you can get yourself one, or did you drink it all?
Do you guys ever stay here? Huh? Do you guys ever stay here?
Here, this is where I bring my chicks. There's a bedroom right through there.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
It looks like somebody lives in it. To my knowledge, nobody does, but there was a guy in here recently when I happened to stop by, and I was like, what's he doing in there? I really didn't like it.
Was he sleeping?
No.
Oh.
He was just standing in the doorway. He told me he was looking for that dog, but the dog was, I came in here and the dog was very obviously not in here, so.
Dog wasn't looking for him.
He's just getting his.
And then I heard the other guy ask him where the dog was, and he was not giving him a straight answer to the point where I forget if I told you this, but like he was straight up just like, he asked him, he was like, yo, do you know what Oreo is? And he said something, he like mumbled something, and he's just like, what? He's like, yo, this is not the time to fuck around. Do you know where the dog is? And he said something, he's like, yo, are you fucking retarded? And that's when I like waited. I was just like, what is this guy's deal? Why won't he like fully answer the question? And then I was like, what did he do to that fucking dog, man? The dog's alive and well, as you can see in here. That dog's really awesome, except sometimes if you put off the wrong energy, it'll kind of like nip at you.
Yeah.
Really sweet dog, though.
We put on the right energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's finally recognized it.
He, him.
Yeah. He finally has recognized. I thought it was a gal.
I thought so
recently.
too. And I checked its schlong when we walked out. I was like, yep, that's a
surefire
boy.
sign.
That's a boy.
I forgot you can do that with dogs. You can't really do that with cats.
Yeah, you can't do it with cats. It's not really...
I love them, but pathetic animals.
Not a good idea to do it to humans.
You never met a cat you like?
Oh, I love them all.
Oh, okay.
I love them all.
Nice.
You got any kitties?
We have a neighbor's cat that we kind of adopted as our own, like in between dogs. He's the type that will just walk in the house, like if the door's cracked. And like when people are working on the house, it really flips him out. And I'm like, is that your cat? I'm like, no. Causes a stir.
The cat. Yeah, I adore cats. But yeah, the only thing that sucks about that dog is that he sometimes poops where I wish he wouldn't.
He does take shits around.
I.e. like right at the top of these steps right here.
Yeah.
Or right at the top of the steps, like right in front of our practice spot in the other thing.
I mean, that's just dog culture 101.
Yeah.
You gotta pick that up right away.
I usually just, sweep it into my one hand and then stick it in my pocket and I'll dispose of it later.
Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear themselves okay? How's everyone feeling?
Crystal
good.
clear.
Yeah?
I feel good.
Oh, you guys are like pros, right up on the mic, dude. We get motherfuckers that are like...
Oh, I'm scared of it, but I know it needs to be here.
Oh, dude. I love it.
Britton knows all about the level woes,
Yeah.
soft talkers.
Fix it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much stuff do you have to fix in post?
A lot. Usually a lot.
That's what I thought. That's
yeah.
what I figured.
I've tried to not do any audio stuff, but now I'm like...
Are you allowed to talk about your job?
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Is this
If
a
it's even
job
quick-
that I don't even know about?
Yeah.
No, I work for... I think I told you.
CCIA.
Okay, yeah, I work for the state.
Oh, yeah.
He's Donald Trump's personal masseuse.
No.
Oh. I just kicked the camera.
Oh,
Did I
no.
fuck anything up?
You never know.
They look like they're
They
in
look
frame.
good. That might have made it better, honestly.
Whoa, dude. I literally can't. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see the screen.
Well,
Every time I wear them, I feel like all you can see is the reflection of my glasses. Or not like the glare over my eyes. So I just look like Dale Gribble from King of the Hill. That's what it feels like.
I'm truthfully envious of people that are required to wear glasses. I think that it's a fantastic accessory.
You're right.
It's a fantastic opportunity to express yourself, and when done right, it's distinguished.
I do agree. The downside is my eyes are actually bad enough to where like any cool glasses are sort of like detrimental to my eyesight. I want to be a sunglasses all the time guy, so bad.
That's what it feels like to be relegated to wear glasses. You know, you kind of are given a pass to wear sunglasses all the time.
I think you could do it if you had 20/20 eyesight.
See,
As long as you stuck with it.
this is coming from, sighted privilege.
Yeah.
So I'm being insensitive right now. I'm sorry.
As a disabled, an ocularly disabled man myself, I say I support you if you want to become a glasses or sunglasses guy.
I'm still waiting on the day where I wake up and I can't see. Like I'm waiting for that day. I know it'll happen one day because I got 20/20.
It's upon us all, I guess.
I know.
Yeah.
One day, just like wake up and be like, I can't see. I can't read.
Mine are shot.
You've got you.
No. I think I'm more worried about the hearing thing.
So you guys are just all just good eyesighted?
Life is good.
Yeah.
It's the side of the room.
My wife
Dude,
is
my left eye. I'm sorry, go ahead.
my wife is reliant on, contacts and glasses too. So she hates when I talk about this. Like, oh, I love glasses. She's like,
I want to be
bitch.
a contacts. I've never tried contacts, but I can't wear glasses when I play a show because they'll just fog up and they'll just slide down my nose the whole time.
I never thought about that, but it is a cool look, with the glasses on stage. And
But then
Ooh,
I
yeah.
don't wear them and I can't see a damn thing. And
You don't have a strap?
dude, I tried one of those and it's too like invasive. Like I can feel its presence way too much.
yeah, Descendants guy, I think, is the only one to pull it off.
Dude, Justice did it a bunch and for his sunglasses. And because somebody gave me one because I might have been talking about them on here before. Someone was like, yo, they're the best. And I didn't like it at all. I don't like having my glasses it makes me feel more hot having my glasses on.
Where are you at with LASIK?
I don't believe in it.
Like you think it's snake oil?
Not snake oil, but I do think that it actually fucks up your eyes. I think you have a brief window of. Okay, so I think it's more like hair plugs, where
Yeah.
it takes or it doesn't,
Right.
And it's a real roll of the dice.
And you
And if
flew-
it doesn't work, it's just I guess hair plugs. If it doesn't, you're just still bald.
And you flew all the way to Turkey just to do that for it not to work.
Is that the only place they do it?
Istanbul? I don't know, but they all come back like that.
That's the thing. I think even people with money go do it there.
We don't know. We all have beautiful locks of hair,
That is true.
hanging on for dear life.
All right, good hair.
Good hair, good eyes.
Bad
Joe.
eyes.
Eyesight.
Yeah, we're
So you're worried about your hearing, but how's your hearing now?
I can hear myself really well.
Okay.
No, it's good. It's just when it's real quiet at night, it's like you hear that hum. That's it.
Do you got the hum or a ping?
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
It's real up there.
Do you know where had earplugs, or did you not when you were younger?
No.
Dude, I didn't for too long, and now once I got the molded ones, oh, dude, I tell everybody, I'm like, yo, they're kind of expensive, but unless you use in-ears live, which everybody does.
I want them. What's a good plug for
what, in ears or for?
the molds, like the earplug molds?
Oh, dude,
We got them for free at Ride Fest years ago.
Oh,
What's
it
the
was
company
through, it was through
called?
music.
Sensodyne?
It was through Music Cares,
care
but the brand of the thing. That's a really good question. I wish I had my.
Sensasonic or something?
Sensasonic?
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go with that one.
Dude, it just has a little filter in there, and I feel like it takes a second to get used to playing with them, but once you do, it's just like, dude, I forgot mine once.
It's detrimental.
Like even the thought of not having them at practice is like, fuck. And it's just, dude, it's better I feel like you can hear yourself singing a lot better, and just like overall, you can hear what's happening. I've never used in-ears, so I don't know.
I don't recommend them.
Really?
Yeah. We used them in like 2005, 2006,
Uh-huh.
and I really didn't enjoy it. I think that, I would assume that technology has gotten better with them, but they just had like no bass response and also like no atmosphere from the crowd and the reflection of the music, which I didn't estimate how much that meant to me while I'm playing. It just
Yeah.
kind of just sucks all of that environment out of it. But I understand that the precision of getting to hear what you're doing is advantageous to doing that. But like that, subtraction of energy is what I hate about it. I'm almost like, just wreck my hearing and let me not wear these things.
True
ever again.
rocker.
Yeah, I would do like one ear. Then like after that, most
Yeah.
of our band would just do one ear. But then it's like I feel like I'm wrecking one ear, and
Yeah.
it's no good. But
I go back and forth, man. Sometimes I'm like, dude, that really would. But then I talk to people that are like, you know what's weird? The only people that seem to speak highly of it are the people that have never used anything else.
yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
whatever you're first used to.
Well, dude, anybody that knows me that knows that I like to have my pant legs flapping from the air being pushed out of my amp behind me. So like the thought of like, if we have in-ears, it's not like stage volume's coming down.
If anything's going on.
Well, so the two applications I think that are useful for in-ears, or at least would be for us, Joe, who plays bass in Super Heaven, who famously plays way too loud, is just like, I play that loud because I can't hear he can never hear his bass enough, which seems impossible to me. Like we can all hear it plenty, and we're not playing it. Or I'm just like, okay. So for him, I'm just like, dude, if he had in-ears, he could just crank his bass as loud as he wants in his headphones.
Be all bass.
All bass. Oops, all bass.
Yeah, but in-ear bass just sounds like.
I feel the same with like bass coming out of the monitors. I'm like, usually I'm just like, unless the stage is huge, I'm like, what's the point, man? It just sounds like clunk, clink, 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 clink.
Well, that's what the cab is for. The cab's not for like the stage
Yeah.
PA sound. It's for the player, I think, because everything's just coming from the DA or from the PA for the sound guy.
Fucking sound guys.
Don't get.
Don't get me started. You know who I decided recently is worse than sound guys? Actually, the hierarchy goes like this. A new here's my old hierarchy. For biggest pieces of shit in the world. Number 1 slot, gold medalist. Philadelphia Parking Association.
Oh, fuck the PPA.
Yeah, that's a layup.
They're the biggest pussies of all time.
Yeah.
Second, so they've been usurped. But for now, this is my old list. Second, sound guys. My new list goes like this. Delivery people. Like package delivery people. If you deliver food, God bless you, I think. Because those people, like, their souls are torn from their bodies. Like, every time they deliver something to me, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, you could just tell that, actually, some of them are kind of chipper. The older ones are usually kind of just like...
The retirees are doing it for fun. Yeah.
The people that are grinding for the sake of their life don't like it. But anyway, yeah, people that like the Amazon, the UPS, the FedEx, those are the biggest pieces of shit of all time.
Facts.
Dude, all just like the Ring videos and stuff of them just like it's just like the amount. And also I'm freshly scorned because they keep leaving our packages outside, and we live in Kensington near the L, so it gets stolen in like seconds. But we have a mailroom, so it's like, why are they ever doing that? So I'm just like, yo, give some. Basically what I'm saying is they're the root of all the world's problems. Because everything's backed up because everyone has to get their package replaced because it was stolen or shattered or something, because these people are just like throwing them like Nerf footballs at people's doors. And so, yeah, I don't respect them. So if that's your job, I don't respect you.
Who's the lesser of all those evils? Like, if you have your choice of
Sound guys,
carrier.
they got the third spot. Oh, in my experience, FedEx is maybe the biggest piece of shit, or Amazon, but that's got to be an annoying ass job.
Because FedEx is so expensive and they try to have the illusion of prestige, but they're just like the most.
They give the least fuck.
Yeah, they're awful.
I worked as
Fuck
a
FedEx,
UPS driver helper.
Me too. I've done that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it, but I wasn't throwing people's shit at their doors.
No, dude, I was quite thorough actually. Maybe to a fault.
Not fast enough.
But dude, the guy, I might have talked about him before. It's funny you bring that up.
Yeah.
The guy that I helped with was like, when I say a fan of stand-up comedy, I mean like that was his personality.
But they don't have like stereos in their things, so they see playing it on like a little
Off his phone.
boombox. Yeah.
Yeah. Off his phone. And he just had like stand-up comedy Pandora playing on his phone. So it had ads and stuff, and then it would just have like I don't know, like like there would be like a Louis C.K. It's just like bits too. It's not like full specials or anything.
Just out of context.
But he was like, you know any jokes? And I was like, not off the top of my head. And then he'd be like, all right. And then he would tell me a joke. He'd be like, do you know one yet? And I was like, what do you mean? And he'd be like, all right, think of a joke and tell me it tomorrow. And he was fine enough to work with, except he kept being like, you got a joke yet? I'm like, dude, what do you mean? Like, I'm not going to go home and write material for you. I don't get paid enough for that. He was nice enough, but also we would chill at places for way too long. He would just like stop. We would make a delivery to a business and he would just chat for like 45 minutes. He was also really into Jeeps, and we delivered something to some guy that had like a hard top Jeep in his driveway, and he just happened to be out front when we delivered the package, and he talked to this fucking guy for like a half an hour about his Jeep, and I was like, dude, I want to be done. So fuck UPS, fuck that guy, dude. I hope he's fucking got fired and he's moved on to greener pastures and he's a Grubhub delivery guy. a real job.
UPS, FedEx, huh? They also
USPS seems to have the highest regard for their profession.
That's my top choice. Most
Yeah.
affordable and I think most consistent with getting the job done.
Remember when they tried to take them down a few years ago?
Really?
Yeah, they tried to defund them.
Oh, yeah.
Defund the USPS.
Oh, Trump hated the USPS.
Dude, how do you think they were spreading all that misinformation?
Yeah, he really had a bone to pick.
letters.
They always come through, man. People swear by that shit. They mail like checks in the mail. It's nuts, dude.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, they can suck a dick too. They're just the best of the bunch.
They're still evil. It's so bad.
Dude, I think if you deliver packages, I just don't really vibe with you like that. I think that's my
Can't
new
trust you.
stance.
And then PPA.
Yeah. Believe it or not, they've been usurped by delivery people. Dude, I just think if delivery people did it right the first... Listen, that job probably sucks. Don't get me wrong. But yo, honestly, as far as jobs I've had that suck, that's not that bad of a job. In my experience. I'm sure around the holidays it does suck.
Dude, the mailmen always seem... I mean, they're different than mailmen, but they're always happy. They're always walking around, listening to music, scaring my dogs. It's great.
They're always tatted too. Every mailman is
Yeah.
tatted now. Like heavily tattooed male people. All
Mail
of them.
people.
All of them.
I like that you get to listen to your tunes, though. I like that they let them do that.
I wonder what the rules are. I wonder if they're like, you can just bring out like a Beats Pill Bluetooth speaker and just play anything you want as loud as you want.
But yeah, it's a big pouch, you know. I think they play it pretty fast and loose over there with the tunes over there.
Sometimes they don't even have their outfits on. It scares the shit out of me. Like, what the fuck? But you see their like pouch. You're like, okay, I
The
guess
plain clothes.
yeah. They're like undercover cops.
Do you think they're just like, I'm not,
detectives.
I spilled jizz on my uniform last night. I'm not wearing it today. It is what it is.
Maybe those are actually just Latter-day Saints that just have a bunch of pamphlets and they're just
Yeah.
That could very well be that. Whatever.
got the bag on eBay.
Dude, my mailbox, I usually just I just take it and then just throw it all in the trash. I don't
Yeah.
even waste around holding on to stuff.
Like
Like
every
every
send us all that stuff. PNC wants a piece of
Dude.
me so bad, and I'm just like, dude, just email me.
paperless. I think it's worse for the environment, but whatever. I'll go paperless.
Yeah, truly. I mean, how long is it going to take to get a response by snail mail?
It'd be so awesome to be the kind of person that like gets something in the mail and you're like, all right, and then you fill it out and you like check the little boxes and shit, and then you like
Gotta
and you
send it back.
Send it back.
Yeah, I mean, my dad is strictly, he will not do auto pay for anything. He's just like strictly like stamp and check dude, which I respect. You know, he even like does like the balance and stuff like that. It's a lost art.
Bounces a checkbook.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Right? I feel like our generation, nobody does that, right?
I just spend money. I don't even know how much I have.
Yeah, and then when you don't have any more, you stop spending it. Easy. That's a yes or no. That's a 0 and 1 system.
The arithmetic does itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Decline. Well, I guess I'm out of money. I guess I'm done spending.
It's balanced.
Yep.
Dude.
Gotta go make some more.
Thankfully, I can't remember the last time my card got declined.
Once we start,
Unless it was like in the UK. That happens all the time.
Yeah, it does. Hit the news section of KOP, and then you'll get declined all the time. Start spending there.
Maybe not. Maybe I can
not.
afford it.
Maybe you can. The Gucci store, Burberry.
Dude, you guys like nice clothes?
Like, here's the thing. I really like Yves Saint Laurent. Like, I think it's an actually great fashion house. Like, always does stuff that looks good, but without being like, you know, what the fuck is that? Like, actually looks fashionable without being like too much. But then you go and you look at the prices for it. Like, how much is a pair of pants? And it's like, oh, only $2,900. You know, and
Only.
yeah, but then you go on ASOS and find basically the same thing for $29.
I would say these babies are $29.99.
That's all you need. Like anything else is just like, where's that going?
Hopefully to like what I don't want to say this.
Something bad.
Yeah, not
No matter
yeah,
what,
something
it's
bad. Not-
Pants.
It's something
Hopefully
bad,
the
dude.
kids in the sweatshops are getting a little cut from that.
Yeah, big pant definitely is up to no
picture
good on that one.
Just one like 80-year-old guy with just like a thread and a thimble, you know, just
I would pay more money for the 80-year-old guy with a thimble. I think.
yeah. That's
a nice
what,
thought.
That's what I hope it would be, you know, for that kind of money.
You think 2,900?
No, not 2,900.
I'm spending 2,900 yen on,
Yeah,
on a
2,900.
pair of pants.
All day.
Yeah, these are the taxes on that, you know.
Dude, honestly, everybody should know this. If you go to Japan right now, it's expensive to get there, but once you're there, you can live like a king.
It's like half off. Everything's half off.
Really?
It's pretty cheap over there right now.
Their economy is crashing.
They always have nice clothes too.
And their clothes are great, dude. I love it. I
The
love
clothes
it.
were still expensive though. The thrifted clothes. That's like
Yeah, they
that-
were kind of
The
expensive.
thrift economy might be running their actual economy.
They know what they got. Have you guys
Seems
ever
that way.
fucked with Fender Made in Japans?
Zach wanted to buy one when we were
Yeah.
over there. We honestly didn't see. We went to a lot of music stores, and I was shockingly unimpressed by the selection.
Right, yeah.
It was weird because I was like, I'll buy anything. I was like, if I see anything that's cool, I'll buy it.
Couldn't find anything.
Dude,
worthwhile.
I was like ready to be irresponsible.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm in Japan. I'll buy like if I see a cool guitar or a cool. I was like, if I could find like a cool like just old OG Big Muff, I'll buy one. And dude, I didn't find anything cool. It was so weird.
That's because everyone probably buys them.
I feel like that my whole life. That's where all the sickest used gear has been.
Anything I think electronic made for music that for the most part Japanese made is going to be quality. Like, historically, it's been pretty great and like pioneering kind of stuff.
Yeah, especially swords,
I would fuck
Especially
with a
their-
Japanese sword.
especially their steel. What's that guy's name in Kill Bill?
Bill.
Bill. I always forget it.
Very nice.
No, Hattori Hanzo. That's Hanzo's sword.
Yeah. She goes to Hakura or down south in Japan. I forget where it exactly is. You ever watch Kill Bill?
Dude, I don't think I've ever watched Kill Bill.
Really?
For real?
Yeah.
Big Buck?
Not part one or part two?
Never.
I've seen part one a lot. I've seen part two maybe.
Dude, I bet you've seen part two more than you think because I always forget. I always think like I watch part one and I'm like, there's so much stuff that I just think is part one. But then like
What's a big thing in part two?
a big fight scene is in the trailer in the middle of the desert
Okay.
where she opens the,
Yeah.
no spoilers.
Go on that.
Hum for a second.
Are they good movies?
They're awesome. Are you not a Tarantino guy?
Yeah, he's okay.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's
Okay.
okay.
What's your favorite director? Like, what's like a top tier director?
Dude, what
for
do
you?
you
Not
like
favorite, top tier.
Oh no.
I feel like favorites. I hate that question. Like, what's your favorite? I don't know my favorite. Well, what's like a top tier? Which one? Who are you rocking with right now?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Who did I tell you last time? It was somebody like popping off at the time.
John Favreau.
Was it Nolan? Or
No, it wasn't. I really like the dude that does what's his name? He does Baby Driver.
Oh, Hugh Grant.
Yeah, Hugh Grant.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar
Alan
Wright. Yeah,
Powell.
I like him. I don't know.
That's good. I like Christopher Nolan movies a lot.
I like when I watch stuff and I like this is good. I'll look up the director and stuff like that, and I'll be like, oh, that's why. But I can't think of any of those people right now.
Same.
Yeah,
I can't think of anyone when I'm potting.
yeah. It's because the cameras are on.
Once the camera's off, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
exactly. Exactly.
What about Martin Scorsese? He's a guy that makes movies.
He's cool.
I saw
made
that
some-
new Leo movie.
The kid,
Is it
the
good?
Flower Moon.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
Oh yeah, the movie's good.
It rocked.
You,
Long.
you didn't like how long it was?
Oh man,
Where did you watch it, in the theater?
no, on a plane. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep or something. But I was like, it felt like reading a book. You know?
Oh yeah.
Which I don't love. I'm not. I'm not a reader. You know, I want to give me a movie.
It
You know?
did feel like reading a book.
Yeah.
I took
That's
a test after it.
I know a lot of people that really loved it, so I got to be careful with my words. But I really love a lot of his movies. I just found it to be overlong for me.
Dude, he's the
was a
king,
long
but
one.
he's got movies that I don't enjoy for sure.
Yeah.
The Irishman. You like
I
that
love
movie?
The Irishman.
Really?
actually. I do. Yeah. The only thing, dude, the only strikes it has against it is the young makeup shit. That's that's really unforgivable. He should straight up go back and fix it. I'm not even joking.
If you're listening, Martin.
Like I don't usually approve of going back and changing movies. Like they did it with E.T. They added CG. They replaced a bunch of scenes with CGI, and then they added a bunch of CGI scenes in Star Wars. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And they put them back in theaters. That was like upsetting.
Yes.
Next thing you know, they're going to come for Tropic Thunder.
They better not. They better not. dude.
Robert Downey Jr. RDJ stays the way he is.
Yeah, that's one I feel like the jury's always out on that movie of like whether
It doesn't phase me for some reason, but I'm like,
Dude, I think it's like socially accepted because,
he's twice removed.
well, I think black people think it's funny. Is what it is.
do you remember Summer Heights High?
Yeah, you can't find it now. It
That-
sucks.
I feel like that he flew too close to that sun,
Yeah.
you know, where he like did too much makeup on the black face and was just everyone's just
was
like
there blackface in that show?
there was. He was doing like indigenous people
Yeah.
and then like
that's tough.
you know, yeah.
Because I did like, what was the other show he did on HBO?
He had a few of them. There
Yeah.
was like it was like Mean Boys or something was another one, and there was a few.
Yeah, but I used to like Summer Heights High, but that's a shame because I went on HBO this year to go watch it. And I was like, where is it? Googling, not on HBO. Okay.
I've never watched that show, like actually watch it. I've just seen bits and pieces of it.
It's silly.
I've seen he does say the N-word a few times. And
That's
I've-
that didn't help him. I don't
I
think.
haven't seen it in like 15
I would say
years.
some of the only scenes I've seen are scenes where he says Edward in a way where you're like, whoa, he like really said it.
Maybe it shouldn't be on HBO anymore.
Which, fascinatingly enough, doesn't, maybe this is a bad thing, doesn't phase me in Tarantino movies unless he's the guy that says it. In Pulp Fiction. That's the only time where it's like, brother, I don't know if you needed to write yourself the guy that says the N-word every other word.
Yeah, that's tough.
No, he really like leans into it way too much.
Well, now I
those
think he
scenes.
does it to piss off Spike Lee because they like publicly don't fuck with each other because Spike Lee is like, he's racist because he always makes white people say the N-word. And I'm like, yo, a lot of his movies are historical. And at this point, I think he just does it in abundance to make you mad. But him in Pulp Fiction saying it a bunch of times is kind of a crazy move.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna say this like a dozen times in a row. It's not a great.
That's
look.
the kind of dialogue
look.
you write for another person. And you're like, it's your character. You're not like, I'll do it. I'll say it. I'll say that.
Yeah, like I'm the guy for this.
Yeah.
Not good.
You know what? I'm going to take a page out of that book.
Oh, no.
I'm going to do my new character on the next episode. It's a character.
I'm going to do my Summer Heights High character.
Yeah. So you
Audition
can't
for
find
the show.
clips or you can't find like the
I can't
show?
find the show. It's not on HBO anymore. I'm sure you can find it online
Dude, they
somewhere.
took, why? There's probably Reddit threads about this. Why is Tales from the Crypt not on HBO Max?
I didn't know that. That seems like a layup for them.
Dude, it's not on anything. I can't find it.
Let's see where it is.
That really taps into my just staying up too late as
Dude,
a
that,
youngster.
Are you still a late night guy?
I am. Yeah, I try to get to bed earlier, but it's so
dude,
hard.
I've been a good boy lately, but there was a period where I was like, dude, when it's nighttime and I'm just chilling by myself, that's when I feel like I'm just like, I'm vibing.
I feel like only my lyrics are good after midnight.
That's interesting.
Something in my brain just like turns over into just, not giving a shit too much or just getting into like a subconscious kind of thing. But before then it feels just like, I don't know, too bright or something.
Dude, writing lyrics is one of. I gotta assume. Listen, all due respect to women, they give birth. But second to that, writing lyrics has to be one of the most excruciating experiences I can think of.
Yeah. Do you agonize over it?
I just think it's so annoying. It's like the one thing where I'm like, God, this was so fun until I had to think about it this way.
Do you feel like it gets easier or harder as like the album process is going?
Well, I wait till the very last second before I can write them, unfortunately.
Been there.
I don't write them until I have to.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, no, I need you to tell me exactly when we're recording so I know when they have to be done. And then I'll wait. That is not true. I will try so hard, but I won't finish it until I'm about to record it.
And so do you exist on like instrumentals up until that point, or are there mumbles?
There's always mumbles.
Yeah.
Mumbles from the top.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, so there's always like melodies and stuff in mind, but then the actual words, dude, any like biopic where they like write a full like #1 hit single on a napkin is cap. I'm not convinced that happens. I told my dad about this recently. I was like, I hate writing lyrics. He's like, really? I thought you liked the music writing part. I said, you're right, I do. That's my favorite part, is writing the songs, not writing the words. That's terrible. You gotta speak from the soul in a way that is like not, you gotta do it in a way that's thought about.
It is like, I always think it's a little silly, no matter what, to have to put like a little poem over your song.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's like,
Dickory, dickory, dock.
it's like, yeah, it's just this part of the tradition where it's just like, if it's not there, people feel challenged to be like, where's the words? And it's like, well, it doesn't always have to be words, but with what we do in rock music, it's, sort of expected.
I love me a melody.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can appreciate instrumental music, but I really don't listen to it.
Not even like electronic music or anything like that.
I mean, like I'll dabble it, but really only if somebody like recommends me something.
Sure. Yeah.
I can enjoy that stuff, but to be honest, I don't listen to as much music as I probably should.
Jazz off the table.
Oh, jazz is
Dude,
sick. That's to me, that's different. That's like in a different category.
Right.
I wish I liked jazz in a way that I could know what jazz that I like. You know what I mean?
It is a huge pool, and there's so much of it that is like deterrent kind of jazz, I would call it, just because it's, I don't know, at least for me, there's some of it that is so at least busy that I feel like that's what jazz gets a bad rap for. It's just this big kind of cacophony of notage or, just splatter or something. But there's some people who it's almost like borderline, I don't know, Latin samba or like classical music where it's more teetering on that edge rather than just this like fusion, I don't want to call it messiness, but the more kind of like avant-garde, like play whatever kind of style jazz.
I like the stuff they play on scenes, nighttime scenes on Hey Arnold. It's like that really sad,
Ooh,
like
that's the type of jazz.
reverbed out like trumpet that's just really just like sort of what do you call that? Like
Yeah, like
noir,
Yeah.
like detective, like a gumshoe detective, burnt out.
You know
like,
your jazz, man.
yeah, man,
that's
that's my
fine.
favorite.
You're
Like
cool,
really
cat.
somber, like really just like self inner monologue kind of thing.
Sure.
That's the cool jazz.
You got some stuff for him?
I guess we can find something.
You're
Yes.
like a jazz, are you really a jazz head?
Well, like for what I like, I'm not like encyclopedic.
Oh, that's
in
what I'm
my-
trying to be. Just for what I like.
Yeah, like I love slow ass jazz, like slow ass chill jazz, like Bill Evans and stuff like that. Things that just move like a note a minute, kind of things, or like Gilberto, like Brazilian kind of stuff in that world. Like I mean, and Miles Davis too, like it all kind of comes back to Miles Davis and Coltrane, because a lot of those players like went off to be, you know, like Bill Evans was the piano player for Miles Davis. So once you start learning that kind of stuff, then you start listening more to just the piano and Miles stuff, or then, you know, like into his 70s stuff, he just gets into this like borderline punk rock kind of thing where things are just feeding back, and then the kick into a groove for just a little bit.
A little fast beat action.
Yeah, it'll
the
just
skank part.
Yeah.
totally like it'll just go into really aggressive stuff, into just really groovy stuff. The thing that I like about jazz is just unpredictable, because with rock music, oftentimes you can kind of see where people are going more or less.
Right.
And with jazz, it's just more of, you know, you don't know where you're headed with it.
Facts.
It's kind of crazy how big Primus is, huh? I know they're not jazz, but I was talking to Zach about this yesterday. I was like looking at videos of Primus on my phone, and I was like, dude, they're like they're like one of the biggest bands.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And I was watching an old video of them playing, like, I don't know, some late night show or something. I was like, this is the most alienating music I've ever heard, especially to play on TV. I'm just like, for decades, these motherfuckers have had like rabid fans that are like, oh, we love Les Claypool, the world's best bass player.
Yeah.
Does like your parents, like when you create that kind of band, like do your friends get it? Who's getting into it initially? Is it trolled on for many years?
Well, as a bass player,
Yes, go on.
I gotta say that
You a
like,
Claypool guy? I appreciate Primus. I kind of like think they're sick.
I was 9 years old when I started playing bass, and that was like the kind of iconic bass player that I knew about at that
he
age.
is.
And he's also kind of like, as a kid, he's a character that's like maybe a little bit more serious than like Weird Al Yankovic. You know, he's like a very goofy kind of just like, you know, carnival-ish kind of character. So as a child, like you're like, oh my God, he's like doing this crazy thing. I don't even know what it is on bass. And also it's kind of a goofiness that I can get on board with. But then it went like 180 to like, oh, I'm so embarrassed that was the first influence that I had. And then now like 2 years ago, I'm like YouTubing like Primus at Woodstock, you know, watching Winona as a Big Brown Beaver, like rocking out to it, like totally getting it now.
It's pretty sick watching videos of them play, and like he's just doing like 4 really difficult things at a time.
It's heavy too. It's like this
That's what I
guy
mean.
riffs.
It's like, damn, dude, this is really slapping.
Yeah.
Also, the
Nope.
the South Park theme song. Let's go.
Can't go wrong with
That's
that.
just still their theme song. I respect
Goated.
them for that.
The live version of that looked pretty lit.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I did watch the clip from that.
Dude,
South
are we
Park.
is this a Primus stan cast?
Yes.
I would straight up go see Primus. I think I would.
They
I don't
played
even,
Sick New World. Right?
I don't even. I know.
You didn't see them.
That's a band that
I
needs a
can see
cruise, you know?
Oh,
That would be, I
I'm
would
scared
play
of cruises, but that I think I agree. That
In a
would be
heartbeat.
crazy
then you're
cruise.
surrounded by all those freaks, but I guess you just enjoy them.
Are they like juggalos?
I don't know what their fans are like. Actually, I'm not too tapped
That's
in.
a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to. I think I just Primus fan is just like a.
Like a Tool fan?
I picture more of a
They got
steampunk,
crossover.
like more of a unicycle rider.
Yeah,
Oh,
Interesting.
I didn't want to be crass, but I was gonna say like they might be the OG, like before TikTok and stuff, before everyone could find like their little pocket of weirdos. I think most autistic people that like music were like, Primus is they're my band. First it was Rush, and then I feel like they were like, oh, there's a new Holy Triumvirate.
They're
And it's
outwardly
Primus.
huge Rush fans.
Dude.
Primus.
I also think Rush rocks too.
I never got into Rush.
I back Rush.
Dude, they're cool.
Can't name 3 songs, but I like Rush Hour.
A strange high voice bass player singer. I gotta stick up for that guy.
Dude, their songs are just like, they're just feel good. There's some feel good tracks. At least the hits. I won't pretend to know any Rush deep cuts.
Let me do a little research for y'all listening that maybe are in the same boat as me. Rush.
Dude, this is the music episode. We should have never talked about music.
Yeah, really. Tom Sawyer. Do I know this song? Do I know Tom Sawyer?
You got to.
Dude,
yeah, for
a
sure.
guitar part I played earlier sounded like the beginning.
Don't want to get.
You seen I Love You Man, right? They have a whole subplot in that movie.
Do like I love you, man.
They're in
so
the
we don't
movie.
get
Oh yeah, we
flagged.
don't get copyright infringement.
I'll just sing it along.
Let's pretend like I know what.
Oh yeah, I know the song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that shit's hard. You guys, I was having a time of my life. No,
No, we were just enjoying it with you. I couldn't hear it, but I was like, I know where he's at.
Okay, yeah, Tom Sawyer. All right, yeah, big Rush fan.
Anyone that can sneak some odd timing into a hit too, I gotta tip the hat a
Dude.
little bit.
They got two necks on their guitars and basses.
I think so, only sometimes.
Two kick drums.
Oh, dude, you don't know?
I don't know Rush very well.
Dude, I feel like maybe not as much now, but I feel like he's the only drummer.
Oh, Geddy Lee. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's where
Yeah.
Geddy Lee's from. I only know Geddy Lee just because someone's like one time texted me and said, "Hey, you look like him."
That's out of pocket.
To be fair,
you look like him.
I did have the glasses on and everything. He's like, "All right, Geddy Lee, motherfucker."
Geddy Lee. Yeah, dude, R.I.P. Their drummer, Neil Peart, dead.
Oh, Neil Peart died recently.
Yeah, I feel like old heads only know, like, that don't fuck with Rush are only like, yeah, their drummer's kid is crazy, though. I remember my stepdad telling me about it, and I'm like, what do you, like, care about drums? What are you talking about?
He's got a little kid that plays drums well.
No,
Oh, he plays drums well.
The kit.
the
Oh,
kid.
the kit. The
Yeah, my bad,
KIT.
the kid.
I was like, oh,
his kid is like a... Dude,
Oh,
oh, dude, it's absurd. He, like, wheels around and stuff. He's got, like, a little station.
I mean, I guess they have a drum tech, but like, imagine starting off and like setting that shit up. That would suck ass.
Did you ever see Freaks and Geeks? Remember, he's like, I got a 27-piece
Oh,
set
yeah,
currently,
in the
and-
basement.
yeah, he's like, that's like his inspiration.
Hey, maybe I'll get real into Neil Peart. Get a bigger drum kit.
I mean,
I don't want to lug it.
I used to
lug it
think
around.
that drum kits mounted on racks looked really cool.
I never thought that was cool.
I thought it was kind of sick. I was like, oh, very utilitarian. You just clamp it wherever you want. But I thought it was made more sense because you could just clamp like cymbal stands off of that. But I mean, I don't think that now.
No, less drums are better.
It still seems practical.
It is practical. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
One stand other than like 10 stands?
Yeah, it's sort of like a.
You guys trying to sell me on
It's
this.
like
Okay,
a
go on, go
goalpost,
on.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
Alright.
but you just sort of like attach booms off it.
I could paint it. I could customize it, bedazzle it, do whatever I want.
Hang shit off of it?
Hang shit off of it. Water bottle holder.
a sparkly curtain kind of
Sparkly
thing.
curtain.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in.
First, it's the quad cortexes
Yep.
with the guitar players, and then it's going to be the
rack's back.
rack for the drummers.
Rack is back.
Did you ever have a China?
I never had a China. I never had a double kick. I also played drums later in life, so I never like got introed that way.
Are you ever curious for a China? Do you ever have the hunger for one?
No. I think if someone has one at the space, I would put it up to be like, oh, look at me. But no, I never had the hunger for one. Never had the hunger for double kick. I really think it's because I found drums, like I played drums later.
Sure.
If I was a kid though, and I like heard like anything with a China or double kick, I'd be like, I have to learn how to play that. Like
Yeah.
pinch harmonics.
Totally.
Like when I heard a pinch harmonic first, I was like, how do you play this? And now it's like, why would I play a pinch harmonic?
I'm probably not brave enough to do it, but I do think it would be really funny counting off with a China on a new song.
Dude, I think you could do it.
Yeah,
I think there's
I've-
a way.
I've heard it done, and I find it funny every time.
It'd be perfect for a vacation or a song.
Yeah, yeah.
I had the Playboy issue with China in it.
Oh, CHYNA. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Poor girl.
Wasn't in my thing, but I did look.
She's a big girl. She's tall, right?
I think so.
She's muscular. You guys like wrestling at all?
No.
Same.
No.
Didn't grow up on that shit at all.
No.
Did you?
No, never. But I wanted to see WrestleMania when it was here. But there were not.
As an adult.
Yes, there weren't $25 tickets, which I was expecting for like nosebleeds. But
Oh.
no, they were like $600.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
I just wanted to see it in person.
Yeah.
And maybe I would like feel it and be like, this is it.
I think you had
I
to
love wrestling.
get into it as a kid, and then then you want to pay that $600 to go see it. But
Dude, I try to avoid the topic a lot of times because I don't want to disrespect any of our friends or associates, but I did like wrestling when I was for like 2-year period when I was younger. And I simply grew out of that. All due respect.
Balls dropped.
And now I'm just like, I can't believe how. And dude, I like some like lame shit. Like I'm not like the person that's like, oh, once you're at a certain age, like you can't enjoy certain stuff. Although if you're like really truly like if you're like love Pixar, you know, like you're a 36-year-old guy,
Or like a Disney person, like a Disney trip person.
well, there's a Disney adult, and then there's people like Jake who like to go to Disney World.
Check it out. My parents and sister are there right now, and I'm not there.
That's
bummed?
really fucked up.
Inside, I'm
They
crying.
home alone. They home alone to you?
No, they asked me a few times. I was like, I can make it. I can make it. And we've been gone every weekend, and I got a trip booked at the end of the month. I'm like, dude, I can't do it. I wanted to. I'm dying inside. But when I pull back, though, like the scope and look at who's actually in Disney World, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to be around those type of people.
Oh, you're the kind of person that like when you the first time you saw it after COVID, you cried.
Yes. Main Street, USA.
Oh yeah, I forgot you posted the video. Yo, people need to stop posting videos of them doing things.
Get their phone taken away.
I mean, I don't know. It all comes back to the delivery people, honestly. I feel that way, man.
I did see a homie, the viral clip going around where a guy was like going to deliver a box and like a thief just ran up right behind him. He placed it down. The guy just took it and just ran off. I was like, damn.
Dude, there's
Be like
so
that.
many Ring videos of people stealing packages.
It must be a hot ticket, hot game.
I get it. It's kind of easy money, but that's dirty pool.
Yeah. I mean, how many times do you hit gold with that shit?
That's the thing. It's gonna be like cortisone cream, like 9 times out of
Right?
10, right?
Yeah, like probably like a battery.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I got some double A's.
Oh, pack of watch batteries, fucking, and 2 rolls of toilet paper.
Like,
Maybe
it's-
that's it. Maybe it's less about the dollar value and more just about the Christmas kind of excitement of just opening it and seeing.
See
what-
that?
Yeah,
does
that makes
sound like a
sense.
blind box. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should send a listener a blind box. Just give us your address.
We should. Remember we were gonna send somebody just like a. But did we end up doing that? We sent the.
That's
We
a cool
have
a box
idea.
of shit.
Just grab odds
I
and
really-
ends. Just toss it in there.
I don't
If
know.
if you're listening and we never sent you that box of stuff that we talked about, I think there was like a slice of pizza in it.
I got a bunch of shit I can give you for that.
Dude.
You put a knife in there. I'm so sorry we didn't send that to you.
I think we did.
I
But
hope we
let us
did.
know if we didn't.
Yeah, if we didn't, we'll make a
FedEx
new
probably
box.
fucking lost it, man.
We did. You know what? We did send it. We sent it through FedEx. That
That's
was our
entirely
issue. Yep.
possible. It might not have made it to you because these incompetent slobs can't manage. Dude, I really feel that way. I was thinking about it on the way here. I was like, every problem in the nation might come back to the delivery people.
They could change America.
It's like that movie, The Postman.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. The Postman?
I've only seen trailers, but from what I gather, it's a post-apocalyptic Kevin Costner mailman movie.
The Postman.
You know what? I saw Hot Fuzz for the first time.
That's
Last-
that's an
last
Edgar
month.
Wright. Edgar Wright. Edgar.
Edgar
I think
Allan Poe.
so. Edgar Wright.
I remember
Hot
that
Fuzz?
being funny.
Dude, it was
That's been a
awesome.
while,
It was
yeah.
awesome, man.
Is that the porn star movie?
That's Zach and Miri make a porno.
Which is also great. No, it's with Simon not Simon Cowell. Simon
You see
Bird.
how
Simon
big of a-
Pegg.
Simon
Simon
Pegg.
Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge Edgar Wright fan, man.
The Postman movie. What's it called?
Yeah, The Postman. Kevin Costner.
Postman. I don't think I've ever seen this.
My
but-
favorite post-apocalyptic movie is The Road. You ever see that movie?
That movie, once. I
pretty
feel like that's
upsetting.
like a one and done kind of watch.
Dude, I'm a rewatcher of The Road.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is pretty upsetting though.
We got to see
But
Furiosa.
it's the I know, we really don't have to see
should've
it.
seen that.
You know what? John wanted to go see a movie yesterday, and I was going to suggest that, but we had shit to do.
Too much stuff to do.
And I told my dad I would see it with him, but
Time's running.
apparently
out.
apparently it's getting yanked out of every theater in the country because people won't go see it for some reason. They're blaming misogyny, but I think people are just like, I'll just watch it on Amazon.
That's how I feel. I'm like, if it comes on Amazon or HBO.
I would like to see that movie in theaters, though.
It
Some
would
of
be
them
an
you want to see in
experience.
theaters.
Yeah.
However, I did see the Meg 2 in theaters, and I was so excited, and it sucked ass. It's the most disappointing thing.
It didn't live up to Meg 1?
Dude, the Meg 1 is one of the best shark movies.
Did we talk about that last time you were on?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because we were hype on that for a minute.
Yeah.
I was really... Expectations were high for the Meg 2, and it really fucking let me down. I thought there was going to be like dinosaurs and shit.
What is a Meg? I'm sorry to ask.
It's a megalodon. It's a huge shark.
Sick.
It's a huge prehistoric shark.
It lives under what they thought was the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, so basically the concept of the movie is that they discovered that what we thought is the ocean floor is actually just a thermal floor that once broken through.
It was rocking out. That's not
What
Mr.
is that?
Softy.
They probably can't hear it on the mic, so we just look crazy. Yeah, so once they break through the floor, there's like a prehistoric like sub-ocean where there's just like all these huge sharks and shit. And one, of course, breaks through and like it's just let loose and it's taking everything down.
That sounds like a good way to spend
Dude,
a couple hours.
The first one's so awesome.
It's a fun movie.
But dude, the second one is too campy for an action movie where it's like, all right, you're now insulting my intelligence. The first one was just like a fun, stupid movie. The second one is like, you didn't have to make it be bad. It felt like they were like, it's got to suck.
Is Jason Statham in both of them?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, he kind of sucks.
Here we go.
I did see a meme earlier that it said Jason Statham as Gollum, and I think it was like an AI. And it was actually pretty funny.
What's about his bald look?
I
think
Smug.
we all got too much hair to be Jason
yeah.
Statham appreciators.
He's got like bad eyesight, I heard. Yeah.
I think the first movie I saw him in was Crank 2.
Is that the one where he fucks?
I think he fucks in all of them.
Well, he fucks like in front of a crowd of people to like keep his heart rate up.
But everything that he's in, he's the same guy. I'm like, can he do anything else?
Oh, he's only got one lane.
I like
That
him in
guy.
Guy Ritchie movies before he became an action guy.
Do you have hair?
Never.
Never had hair.
No,
Dude,
he's
I-
like one of those guys that I feel like at 13.
George Costanza kind of
For sure.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Has had a hairy chest at 12, and then at 13 he was entirely bald.
Yeah, he was probably like, check this out. My life's great. And then the next day, kicked. I was like, when I remember in 7th grade, I got on the bus the first time, and there was a homie that came on the bus and had a full beer in like middle school. And it was jarring to me. Same age, same grade.
I remember first day of 7th grade when the elementary schools merged into a middle school. And there was a kid, I won't reveal his name, but he looked like he was straight up 55 years old when we were like just his face and everything was just like, whoa, he looks old. Like, did you guys ever see the movie Mom and Dad Save the World?
Yeah. Yeah, that was like a good stay home sick from
Dude, that's like
school.
that's like one of
seen
my faves. Incredible movie. There's like these dog faced aliens in it, and I feel like that's what
And John Lovitz, right?
John Lovitz
Oh,
is.
he's-
One of
the
the
guy-
great character actors
Dude,
of our
apparently
time.
he's a
Canceled?
real piece of shit.
Is he really?
I don't know if he's canceled, but
Not canceled?
apparently he is a real
I've heard
asshole.
of him a
Oh,
bit.
no.
I think comedians hate him.
Loved him
Really?
in Rat Race.
Oh my god, so fun! Love him in Wedding Singer.
Oh, dude.
His scene in Wedding Singer gets me every time.
Sophisticated mama. Yeah, dude, we're a Lovitz appreciator podcast.
I don't know what he did.
John
but
Lovitz
I gotta
enjoys
just-
Yeah, I don't know what he did either.
Doesn't
I'm
matter
not
to
an
me. I love him.
apologist, but-
I mean, they were throwing out cancellations left and right a few years ago, so
Yeah.
he probably did nothing.
I'm saying comedic timing on screen, great.
You separate the art from the artist. I love it. Same.
Yo, I saw people getting mad about that the other day.
Saying that term.
There are people getting mad about people being like, "Yo, you can like stuff even if it's made by somebody that has done stuff you disagree with." And somebody was like, "You're not taking accountability or holding anybody responsible when you think this way." And I get what they're saying, but that's not true.
Well, this one's not going to be settled for a while. I don't think. This
think
is
you're clear.
Yeah, this
John
has been
Lovitz,
an ongoing.
free John Lovitz. I don't know what he did, but free him.
Jennifer Love
Hewitt is his
Hewitt.
wife. That's John Lovitz's wife.
That makes sense.
Jennifer Lovitz.
She's dating down. Huh.
Jennifer Lovitz. That's awesome, dude. I need to
Great
Photoshop
band
them
name.
together.
Wow. Yeah. And you know it's going to be taken like that from some Philly band name.
Yeah,
They're good with that. Oh, boy.
dude.
I'm always shocked those band names can get as popular as they do. Like, man, that's crazy. That just goes to show you that it's about the music. It's not really about the band name.
As long as you got a sweet riff in there.
Right? Once we riff a little, you know, what do we say, a little poem within the song.
Just a cute little poem.
Cute little poem somewhere in
Or
there.
a sweet riff.
Dude,
You got
I
yourself.
forgot we were talking about that. Yeah, it really does feel when you're writing lyrics. It really does feel every time you write a line that rhymes, even though that is literally like the basis of writing songs. You're like, that's a little embarrassing.
Yeah. And it's got to be. You know, it's like writing a greeting card or something, you know, but
That's the part that's like that, and the melody is the part that's like creative.
yeah.
Like that's where it's all make or break, I feel like.
When I can like put a phrase in there that works but doesn't rhyme, I feel an internal victory for sure. And Aaron from Copeland, when I was making a record with him, told me this, years ago, and I'll never forget. He said, "I just don't want my lyrics to be embarrassing," and that's my baseline quality control for writing lyrics. And I like to live by that. I think it's an easy way to get started.
That's what I say. They don't have to be good. They just can't be bad.
They're not going to be good. I mean, not yours or mine. I'm just saying, like, lyrics in general are only going to be so good because they're just.
But
it's
dude, some people really freaking got. It's like, how do you write like that? Like, how do you write your feelings in a way that sounds like it is so? I guess like that's really what poetry is. But like, dude, I'm gonna be embarrassing for a sec. Our king Morrissey, nobody writes lyrics that are as effective as his, in my opinion.
Oh dear.
I think that, love him or hate him, I think that he is the undisputed champion of writing lyrics.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I haven't read deep enough into him.
Yeah.
It's not speaking to me.
Dude, who's your lyric guy?
I like.
Towns Van Zandt?
No, I like Rick Froberg. Like, I like Drive Like Jehu. This guy that's like screaming shit that like doesn't even make sense the first time I hear it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, see, I like that. I like having it. I used to be more of a literal guy where I just needed all Bob Dylan'd out and just like, to feel it immediately. But for me, like dudes like Froberg that, sing like Here Come Rome Plows and shit like that, I have no fucking clue what that means still. But the way that he sends it and like sums it up, like I somehow feel exactly what he's going for and feel like the whatever sort of disruption is going on in him. Like and lines like that stick with me and hit me a lot harder, even just being confused by it, because it seems to like elicit a more of a feeling in me than, I don't know, like someone like Morrissey, where I just feel like is sort of just sobbing at me.
Dude, well, me and the Morrissey army are...
they're out there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Me and the rest of the guys that tear his shirt off, jump on stage and tear his shirt off and kiss him.
Yeah, what's your hug count?
I have never seen Morrissey. I don't like music in that way.
Yeah, I would go see Morrissey.
I don't have a burning desire to see many musicians live. I shouldn't say that as a person that plays live music, but that's not really like.
What's his appeal like with his lyric content?
I just think his lyrical content is so like. There's definitely songs where I'm like, I don't know what this is about, but the ones where you can tell what it's about. It's just like so effective and written in a way that's like so. Honestly, it sucks to say clever, but like his lyrics are just so clever that I'm like, damn, dude, he does it every time. And I don't think all Morrissey songs or all Smith songs are good, but I think a lot of them are.
A big man
and even
for
the
a
ones I
reason.
don't like, I'm like, that's pretty good. He can write a lyric, that's for sure.
That little English man.
Are you
He's a
both
little guy.
same page? Are you a Morrissey guy too?
No, I'm not on the same page as him, but I'm probably in the same chapter.
Okay.
He reads faster than me in this context. My wife likes Morrissey, so she'll put it on the car. So I'm converting.
He's
In
not
the
like
process.
my goat or anything.
Right.
I just think when I think about writing lyrics, I'm like, yo, he is quite good at it.
Maybe I don't know. It's flying over my head, but maybe it's just sort of the character of him too is sort of seeping into like my impression of the lyrics. So I'm having trouble, like putting down my guard in that sense.
I have an image of him with his shirt off, like trying to suck his tit, like grabbing his boob.
Oh yeah, he's the goat.
Yeah. I can picture that in between every line.
You're talking about yesterday how he walked off stage at a show like a few years ago a few songs in because he was too cold.
That's cool.
I think that's so awesome.
We just
he's not even like, yo, I'll be right back. I gotta get a jacket. It's actually a little chilly up here. He's just like, yo, thanks. That's me. It's too fucking cold. Because it's not like he's playing an instrument. It's not like he's like, yo, my hands are stiffening. He's just like, I'm too cold.
I think he sings like he's too cold.
That is. Yeah.
I'm not even sure if he can still sing or not.
It's AI.
He's pretty
old.
I gotta assume he's probably pretty anti-AI.
Yeah. You think he's what? Pretty old?
I think he's pretty old. Like his voice has to be, like degenerating in some way. Have you heard Willie Nelson sing in the past? Like,
no.
Dude,
he's also 91 years old.
That's what I mean. He can't sing. Like,
that's not surprising.
Only some sounds every like second and a half sound will come out. Which is impressive because he can still like kind of seemingly hit notes, sort of nothing. He's not Mariah carrying it or anything, but he's definitely like can still sing, but it's crazy how he just doesn't have a voice.
Who was it? I was watching Johnny Cash do his last performance and he was toasted, man. He had nothing left in the tank.
Dude.
Poor guy.
After he recorded that 9 Inch Nails cover, he was like, he was literally hurt.
He's out, dude. Good cover, though.
Dude, they used to play that song, the video on MTV, like multiple times a day.
Yeah.
What an era that was. They're like, you know what the kids are going to love?
Boom.
This Johnny Cash song covered. This Johnny Cash covering 9 Inch Nails song.
And I was coming home from high school, like, queued up.
Was that like the last thing that Rick Rubin did that anyone truly cared about? And I don't mean to take shots at Rick Rubin, but I'm saying on record, what was like the last one that he dropped?
Still making stuff that we care about or that people care about?
Us.
Yeah. Like, or...
I would have to look at his discog.
The thing is, I want to rock with Rick Rubin because I think philosophically he's got great things to say.
Yeah.
And then I just want to be like, where's the great records, man? Like, you seem so focused on making great records, and then I never really hear them since like 20 years ago.
Dude, after his first studio burnt down,
Took a soul.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to make any good shit anymore. I do appreciate that his whole vibe is basically, his whole like essence is basically just like he just agrees with the artist.
But I think he's agreeing with you, but also getting his way in some sort of sense. I do back him. I get what he's saying now. I think the more I think about it.
I appreciate that his whole visual brand is just looking like shit, but being rich as hell. Like he looks like shit and never wears, he always has bare feet.
Yeah.
But have you ever watched the
white
documentary series about the Shangri-La?
Loved it.
Dude, it was so awesome.
Thing.
The only thing that sucks about him is he's like kind of up his own ass in a way that's like, how could you not be if you have bazillions of dollars? But
I feel like that's the thing. I feel like he's overshooting the mark. It's like so based in this philosophy where it's like, okay, you're kind of like soaring above the music and not even like landing on it in that way where you're just sort of letting things happen. It's like, let it just up to the universe. Like, yeah, we can, but like who is listening to these records?
What was the last like rock band he did?
I feel like Vampire Weekend, but like again, like that's something that I don't know. I don't want to go out there and say that they're past their prime, but like, you know,
I mean, they are. I'll say it. They're past their prime.
yeah, I'm not a Vampire Weekend guy.
They had that one song that was on TV.
The one that was in the Step Brothers, beginning of the Step Brothers.
Yes.
I had
the nachos in the microwave.
I had a buddy that like went to high school with Ezra and said that like, oh yeah, he was just like a ska kid, and I can't get that out of my head. I just picture them being to ska without horns now.
Aren't they all? I think they all are. I think any like musician that's good at like music, they're all just a band kid and by default fucked with ska because it was the only kind of music that was like cool. That was like rock music, but had like extra instrumentation. So like, I guess I'm ska.
I definitely was.
I went to
ska kid
school for
a few
straight up like
months.
6 people that were like that.
Yeah.
I think they just like were like, I guess I'm into ska because I play trumpet.
Yeah, I feel like you should only like ska if you live near a beach, or you should only play it maybe if you
Yeah.
live near a beach. I guess you can like it anywhere, but if you're gonna
Dude,
generate
ska's
it,
back, dude.
Sky is coming back. But who would want to carry around a trumpet and all that gear? That would
What-
suck.
I mean, like
trumpet's
a-
pretty small. I saw a
Yeah, I
guy
guess
carrying a
so.
trumpet off the
It's-
plane, and I was like, looks like he carried it right on.
I also saw a guy pack a gun on the plane too.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah, fucked our shit up. Went to oversized
What?
luggage and they were like, hold on, guys. They're like, we don't know what to do with this thing because it was like in a gator case.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're like, well, these are instruments. Just check these first and then figure out what you want to do with the gun second because I don't know what to do with it. We went to Texas last weekend and it was like the hottest I've ever been playing a show.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you play?
Played the Mohawk and Tulips. But never been to Tulips before. It's all right. It was cool.
what city is that in?
Austin and Dallas.
Nice.
Dallas was Tulips. But Mohawks was cool. Have you played Mohawks?
It's indoor, right?
Yes,
Outdoor. There's a smaller
yeah.
indoor venue too.
I
No,
met my
it's
wife at Mohawk.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Oh.
2013.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
South
nutty.
by Southwest.
Oh
like a-
shit.
Yeah,
There's like a balcony and you look down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
I played there.
Yep. It was cool, but it's just, I mean,
Hot. In June, yeah.
Dallas was Dallas the hottest of
dude,
the two?
I was like, so I'm notoriously like not notoriously. How do I want to put this? I usually play like a Fender or a Strat, like a lighter guitar, and
Love it.
I picked up a Gibson Les Paul, and I was like, I'm gonna rock these for these shows.
Ooh.
That was a wrong show to rock it with because it was so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I was so hot, I was struggling trying to get through the set.
Totally. That little bit of like extra calorie expenditure is like, and plus the heat. We played So What Fest in Dallas last year, and so hot, just the sun right there. And there was a woman in front, like by the barricade, wearing leather fingerless gloves. And I was just getting like, just upset
Yeah.
looking at her. Like, I didn't say anything, but I was just sort of just like, why? You don't have to do that. You have all the option to just whip those babies off.
Up front too. So getting smashed by people, like
Yeah.
surfers coming over. It's like, but I think people just love it. I think people,
Dude.
that's their life. They love to get like fucked up in the front row.
I don't think they think that's what's gonna happen.
But you don't think so?
I don't know, dude. We played that show the other night, and I stopped playing mid song because there was a girl directly in the front of smaller stature that looked very much in distress.
She was.
So I tried to like bend down and be like, "Are you okay? I need to help you get like out of here?" And she like waved me away, like she was fine, but she clearly was not. And then her and her friends kept getting mad every time they were getting jumped on. Which like I was like, "Yo, but that's when you move, man." Like they were getting. This keeps happening. Yo, I don't like when people stage dive to my bands. I don't like it. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad that everybody's having fun, but they have proved that they can't be responsible.
My shit got
about it.
unplugged every night. And like, not to be a diva about it, but I want to put on a good show, you know?
That affects the show. You ruin the show.
And it fucks my vibe up, but you want to be like a performer and be like, show must go on. But I'm like, they just fell on my stuff. And then I'm like, they probably hurt their back. And then I'm in my head thinking about them, thinking about me, you know, and I'm like, I don't even know what song we're on.
Dude.
As an outsider who's never really had stage divers in a long time, at least, I've always felt a little jealous, to be honest, of the bands that do have them because I'm like, oh my God, it's like that kind of reaction. It must feel good. It must feel really exciting. But I do have concern
That's where
for the cables and for honestly people's teeth and microphones.
Yep. Yo, here's
Dude.
the thing.
these teeth.
If the band doesn't have a singer that's not playing an instrument, you don't need to be on the stage. Unless they ask you to be. 'Cause some people love it. I
Yeah.
don't. Why are you near me? Mm-hmm. That's my thing. Like, for our band, I'm just sort of like, I don't think you need to be up here. And I don't want to tell everybody how to have fun, but you can still have fun over there. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're good at it, go for it, I guess. But then some motherfuckers just have like 2 left feet. I'm like, yo, you're fucking everything up.
That or they hang out up there too long and they like.
But the other side, fucking go off, I guess. See, I got 2 brains with it. I was like, yeah, whatever. They're having fun.
It
This
looks
is sick.
sick.
That's the other side of it.
But with the sheer volume of people, something's got to go awry.
Well, there was a dude at the one show that kept doing backflips off the stage,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Do you just like want an insurance, like a lawsuit to happen?" Like,
Oh my God, if I was a
brain hit
venue
me.
owner.
Yeah.
I'm not worried because I'm like the motherfucker's not suing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, nobody wants to stop him, huh? He did like 6 backflips
He did have a high count on that. So props to you on that.
and like would like get on the stage, set up for it, and then like backflip off of it. I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Are you even?
yeah, do you even know
It
who
just
the
seemed like
band is?
he was there to backflip. It didn't seem like he was there for,
That's
like,
the
to
thing.
listen to music or anything.
But I love YouTube and that stuff. I love seeing it. I love seeing
Yeah,
it happen, but it strikes me as dangerous.
Were you guys stage divers?
Like once or twice, never,
once or twice.
never
that's
usually.
That's kind of how I can count on one hand, I think, how many times.
Seems dicey. I mean, especially if there's a barricade.
Dude,
Like-
those motherfuckers that just launched himself off.
Yeah, that's
Like, I'm sure people have dove off of like the Electric Factory.
you better be
stage.
sure you're making it over the barrier before you.
Oh my God, that
Even
one
start running.
story so far clip where the guy
Oh,
just
yeah,
brick walls
yeah.
it into it.
Dude, collarbone probably shattered into 1,000 pieces.
That's my greatest nightmare.
Yeah, and then I had one part because I was like, my chicken unplugged. Maybe I'll just like jump in the crowd, and I was like, yeah, it's not bad. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't. I don't want to hurt myself or hurt someone else. There, I have too many thoughts in my head. I gotta let go, man. I'm too heady, man.
I think that your concern is fine for
Yeah.
safety. Do you know that one like old ass YouTube clip of No Justice playing their last show? They were like this like DIY band, and he just
He's like
starts
throwing cymbal stands.
throwing all the drums into the crowd,
Yeah.
jumping off the
See, but dude, for a band like that better be what happens.
yeah.
But for a band like ours that we're just playing like heavy melodic riffs and singing, dude, what are you doing up here? Like, honestly, yo, if you're on the ground, I think you can do whatever. Although we did play that show and I saw someone post a video of people doing that canoe, that rowboat thing.
Or a rowboat.
Yeah, and that I was like,
Dude, that's
damn, if I would have had a
embarrassing.
gun in that moment, I would have fired it into the crowd straight up. Straight up. I would have been like,
did
yo,
not see that.
put a stop to this. No, I didn't see it when it was happening. That's the thing. It was like 50 feet from the stage.
What is that?
There's just a bunch of people sitting on the ground in a row, like going like this or like going like this. Or I was just like,
It seems like it would only work for like a Mastodon show.
Right? Yeah.
You know, like
But it's just
everyone
like-
else, or like flogging Molly or something.
it's so like, yo, you paid to come here and do this. That's the thing that I just like can't get inside the mind of your average showgoer.
Yeah,
I
it's like a
appreciate
mosh
them
pit for
because-
TikTok.
There's quite a bit of those
might
too.
be
I
it.
think there's a lot of stage diving that is for the sake of TikTok too.
Are they having friends like run up with their cameras or something like after them?
I'm not paying too much attention to what's happening.
There was a kid with like a camera like this in Austin. I was like, bro.
Yeah, who knows what that video was? Like.
Yeah, dude, not good. I'm probably just like this the whole time, like, fuck, dude. But no, I appreciate them, love them, and I'm glad to have that problem for sure. But you know what? Fix it. A nice little barricade. Or security that does their fucking job. That's really what it is. It's the security. Because there was security at these shows, but no one was catching these people.
Right.
And everything would have been avoided if there was like, they caught them before they smashed on a pedal board or ripped the cable.
Yeah.
Plug something back in for me real quick.
Security just pieced out after the first like half a song.
Totally. Well, that seems like a tough job. I don't know if I could be able
I don't want
to
to do
hang.
it. I wouldn't want to work in a venue.
It was just funny that they were there for the whole show and they're like, what are those guys doing up there? And then for halfway through our set, they just like straight up were like, all right, well, that's enough of that. And they literally left. And I think partially because one of the guys in Downward who opened the show said they saw one of the security guys up front texting his wife during their set and said, I want to come home so bad. And I brought it up on the mic and I said, that's so funny. And the next thing I heard was like, yo, I'm out of here. And the next thing I knew, the security was actually not there anymore. So So I was like, fuck, I think I don't know if that played into it at all, but if so, that's even funnier. If they were just like, well, fuck these motherfuckers then.
This weekend we're playing Knock Loose record release show. So I'm sure there'll be some kooky stuff there with their fans.
Yes.
During their set especially.
Dude, I can only imagine what transpires during their set.
Just like
There's fucking 18,000 people at all their shows, so just going off numbers alone, the odds are like something crazy is going to happen, you know, for every 100 of those or whatever.
What's your attitude going into like a heavy show like that? Because
that's kind of the shows we were on initially when we first started being in a band.
yeah, is there any intimidation with that kind of stuff, or are you feeling like?
No, I don't know about. I can't speak for the bands that are playing before us. Although, I mean, I'm familiar with like Trash Talk and who's playing before Trash Talk.
I thought it was Division of Mine. I don't know.
I should look.
To be honest, I can picture the logo, but I can't picture because the logo is one of those.
The squiggly
Yeah,
bobs,
I'm like, fuck.
No,
what's the
not the
name of
squiggly.
it? What's the name of the band? I'm showing myself here,
All right,
but
dude.
It's got the chat pile font.
yeah, fuck.
Oh, dude, it's Psycho Frame.
That's it, Psycho Frame.
I thought there was a band in between them and Trash Talk. But anyway, I don't want to speak out of turn and say that Psycho Frame's not heavy or anything, because looking at their logo, they probably are. But like, Knocked Loose is probably the only band on here that's going to sound like absurdly heavy live.
Yeah, which is probably by design.
And
I would guess.
and I mean, we're playing before them. And either way, like, I don't know if I usually, playing after Trash Talk, we've already done it once at a festival. And that was actually kind of like,
that was sick.
damn, this is kind of like,
they're rowdy.
oh yeah, they're like climbing on stuff.
even
and
in
we're just, like-
2024. They're still the sickest band.
Yeah,
and we
punk.
move, but it's not like we're not moving like that.
Hopefully, some of the Texas crowd comes up for that show.
Like that band is, you have to see them live.
Yeah,
I
And
think
then
so.
it's like
clicks.
record. It's like it totally comes together.
They're so good. But yeah, I think Knock Loose has like fans that are. There's some crossover there for some reason because they kind of broke into a whole different world altogether.
Big time.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm pitying them, but White Reaper is playing the day after us, and I think they have it worse. We at least
Right.
have like could be classified as like a heavy band at times, and they're just like a straight up rock band.
Yeah,
I
they're
like
like-
White Reaper a lot.
I do like White Reaper.
Totally, but they're like AC/DC kind of riffs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm bummed. I'm missing their show here in Philly. I wanted to see their show.
I've tried to see them many a time, and it's never worked
They're
out.
playing with Spiritual Cramp in Philly.
I'm sick. I'd only
And
just
we're not here.
I'm not here. I think it's in 2 weeks. I'll be on vacation.
Where's it gonna be? Underground Arts.
How'd you know?
Underground Arts. Yo, Underground Arts has become a venue that's sick. I used to hate it there, and I like it now.
I
it's
love the
getting all
idea.
the good shows. Yeah,
I love the idea of it, like a venue underground.
It's also
That's sick.
looks like a movie, like rock club to me.
Yes. Yeah.
And it used to sound worse in there than it does now. Now it doesn't. It doesn't somehow doesn't sound bad in there.
no, they keep doing improvements to it.
I like
It gets
the small
better every
room.
time. Oh yeah, I've never played in the small room.
Me neither, but I've seen a show there and it was like 150 people packed in that small room. It was awesome. It was such a good vibe. I was like, damn. I think I'd rather play in this. Well, I guess I'd rather play the big room, but small room's got a good vibe to it for sure because the pillars line up right. You don't
Yeah.
need to be stuck behind watching the video. Well, yeah.
Totally. I've never had a bad time there.
Yeah.
It's always a good show. It's always a good vibe. People always seem to have good attitude down there.
At your show, somebody yacked on me.
Oh, that's not cool.
Oh,
I'm
you
so
know what?
sorry about that.
Screw
yeah.
it.
That was the
Yeah, I
last
didn't
time
even
I
get
was
to
there.
see you because of
Were you
that.
filming or just chilling when this
I
happened?
was just chilling.
You're just vibing. You got yacked on?
I
It's
got
happened to
yacked
Jake
on.
before too.
I have
So
got yacked on.
unchill. No,
It's the worst.
not at that show too. Did you? Same
Yeah,
person.
same
Yep.
show.
I was standing right next to Britton.
That would be awesome.
One shot, one bullet.
No, my story was we were on tour with Turnstile in like California at a taco. We're playing a taco place.
Cool.
Dude, that
So
was
this it shows their age with Turnstile.
yeah.
there was-
But also, we were playing shows on that tour where I like thinking back at the time, I was like, why the fuck is this show at a taco
Yeah,
place?
that is true. Because even at then they were pretty popping.
We played a show like 2 nights before that was like there was like 1,100 people at or something. So it's not like they were like, oh yeah, like, I remember on Turnstile I was playing taco places. Like the rest of the tour was not at taco places. So I don't really know, but that was the first time I was ever like, Dude, even they suck at this show.
Yeah, they did sound bad. But like, she must have had too many tacos that night because I was sitting in the chair, I was watching them, and she just comes out of the crowd just like
Literally sprayed. Yeah.
I was like, no, just spray.
She had to have been drunk. She really got sick,
Yeah,
man.
but it's okay. I wiped right off my jacket. Luckily, it was like winter, so I like kind of had a jacket on. Did you get it all over you?
I had some 97s on that I loved. Yacked all over them.
No good. You had to throw them away.
So I have them sitting by my door because I'm like a procrastinator, but I'm gonna like take them to a cleaner or something. At
Throw
some
'em
point,
away, dude. I didn't.
Nah, dude, I love them.
You think
so
that-
much?
Can you take your shoes to cleaners?
Yeah, they have. Sometimes they have signs that says, "We'll clean shoes."
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna get new Vans because mine are pretty roached.
I need new soles for these bad boys. There's a full ass hole in these.
So yeah, those shoes I would get a new sole for.
Yeah, because the rest
Those
of
are
it,
nice.
I just got new laces for them. It really did.
I like this.
Did wonders.
Oh, what kind of are they?
These are what are they called? They have a
They
little.
got a little bear on them.
a little
Soulful.
bear, yeah.
Soulful.
Yeah, Sorel.
Sorel.
Yeah. Yeah, these things have been
they're nice.
hanging for years.
They're nice kicks.
Thanks, man.
But dude, that's fucked up. You got thrown up on. And did he even acknowledge it?
No. I went to the bathroom and I must have had cuffed pants on because I like wiped some off my leg and I was like, I just left.
I thought
I
our
did
fans were stronger than that, man. I'm so sorry. That is.
Isn't it weird the accountability that you have for people that like your band sometimes?
I feel full. I felt full on embarrassed immediately for that how that reflects upon me.
No.
Dude, one time we were setting up to play a show. This is years ago, and Modest Mouse flowed on what I believe to be the worst thing to ever happen to music. Straight up, that's the
My
worst.
wife
song I
is
can
with
think
you,
of.
yeah.
Dude, I hate it so much.
She doesn't get it. No.
It stabs me in the soul, like in a very specific way. Where I'm just like, I hear the do, 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 and I'm just like, God damn it, dude, today's bad. That song started playing while we were setting up the play.
Good news for people who like bad news.
And people in the audience that we were headlining, so presumably they were there to see us, started like singing along, and I was like,
Oh no.
shame on you all. You're really embarrassing me right now.
Can you imagine if they all sat down and started rowboating too?
Well, those people, I like to think that they didn't make it home safe that night. For you to be, you gotta be under the influence to be acting like that in public, man.
That song is like tailor made for drunken karaoke.
Dude, I know people that really love Modest Mouse, and they're like, no, like you gotta really. John Simmons is one of them.
John Simmons is.
And our entire friendship, he has tried to be like, insist that Modest Mouse actually has like really good songs. I'm like, it doesn't matter, man. They got Float On, and that has done more damage to my psyche than any other piece of media.
I like that Johnny Marr record that they did, the more like dancey one, but it's never really because of the vocal delivery. It's always just sort of everything else that's going on. It's sort of like Red Hot Chili Peppers, where it's just like, I on paper like everything but the singer of this band I don't even want to see the most part, but for a few albums at a time.
I feel the same way.
He's
about
been making
the Chili
headlines
Peppers.
lately.
Well, because
Oh, Kiedis, right? Oh shit. Well, it's a good thing I didn't
young
co-sign him. Here we go.
Kiedis.
Dating the young girl.
Oh no.
But here's the thing. They're just jealous, I think.
Yeah, you guys are just jealous of Kiedis, man. You can't get young chicks like that.
If I'm 60, right, I don't really care what the internet has to say if I'm dating like a 26-year-old. Like, whatever. I don't know how old she is. She might be younger than that. But in my head, I'm like, if she's like...
So I think what happened is, well, I don't know who he's dating now, but I believe what happened is in his book,
Okay, his book.
he was straight up just like, oh yeah, like at one point he mentions dating a girl who's like underage.
You can't do that.
That's like,
Yes.
brother, what are you doing putting that in your book?
Yeah, that's on paper.
I mean, what are you doing that? But also like, that's something I think you can probably leave out of the book.
Yeah.
And for the record, let's make sure I said like 26, not like 18. So she just turned 18. But
Honestly, unpopular opinion. That's why I don't fuck with David Bowie. And I flag that all the time.
The dead
and
guy.
everyone's just like, oh, but fucking whatever, this song and that song. I'm like, but whatever, dude. Like, he's a fucking creep.
Dude,
And-
do you ever see the video of him on TV and his teeth are like actually yellow? His teeth are
It's like every time.
Easy.
dude. Well, as he got more like, I guess older, I think he got his teeth fixed. But dude, it's crazy, and that's why I don't fuck with him.
Cool. Safe place.
Because he didn't brush his teeth in the 70s. But no British person did, so.
That's true. They didn't find out about dentistry till last year.
Yeah, I feel rude. You guys came on here to talk about your film.
Yeah, let's talk about the film.
Yeah, I didn't even want to come like trying to peddle our thing, but I feel like I have never talked about it publicly, and I'd rather talk about it like with friends. And I know that Britton and you guys have worked together close knit for a while now.
Oh yes,
Me and Britton go way back.
Yeah. So Britton and I made a documentary film, came out last year called Goes Without Saying. It's about the making of the most recent Vacationer record that also came out last year in October. And it's basically just, like fly on the wall style of following the making of the record. The record was following the loss of my mother, which it's not as sad as you think it is. It's actually, very lighthearted and like at times humorous look at the process of making the record. And at the end of the day, just a celebration of her life. Like I love the hell out of my mother, and, like she deserved to be remembered in a way that is just like joyous and positive. And, the record is the most proud I've been of Vacationer music so far. And it's not the kind of thing where, it's an easy thing to be promoting a record that's like kind of in mourning, but it is more of a celebration and a fun time than you think it would be. And I think that to see the film that we made, it gives it a good context of where it came from and what the music means and how it was put together. And, Britton did such a great job in such a delicate way of capturing that time and place and the mood of that time and working through that process, and honestly did it out of the goodness of his heart too. And at the end of the day, this is like such a complete film that I'm really proud of, and has like shades of influence from so many documentaries about music that I love, and handles it with an amazing sensitivity that I just hope people can go out there and check it out. It's on our website. It's free. It's on vacationermusic.com. As soon as you go, it's just right on the landing page. And that's that.
That's why Britton couldn't think of any movie makers they like, because he's his own favorite.
Dude, that's boss, dude.
Shit, man, I don't know. Me?
Summit of the mountain right here. It's as good as they get.
It's on YouTube, right?
Yes,
Link
it's
to
on YouTube.
So we can link it in the description too of this episode too. Click on it there too. Or unless you want to we'll go to the page first and then click through there. Get the clicks, baby.
Thank you. And
yeah, that's sweet.
And we have we pressed about 1,000 vinyl copies of Cherish. There's about like 150 left over at Paxico Records right now. So if anybody wants to cop one of those while they're still available, Chris at Paxico and I would really appreciate it.
Swag.
Very sick.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you letting me get that out.
Yeah, dude.
Of course.
Dude, that's sick. How'd it come out? As the director side and behind the camera.
This was like one of the first times we used your friends to edit. And like that was the first time seeing something that I produced or directed edited by somebody else. And I was like, I didn't see it like that, but I'm really happy you did, because this is much better than what I would have done. You know what I mean? And because there was so much footage and stuff like that, it was like, sometimes when I'm editing my own work, I'm like getting fatigued by it, but I wasn't. And somebody else I wasn't fatigued by seeing their edit of it. I was like, They got all the best stuff. You know what I mean? So
I feel like it's put in my head. It's kind of like when you record a record and have someone else mix it. Like you're in it for the cut, but then you pass it off and have someone else touch it, and it goes in a completely different direction, or just makes it better. Or,
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That. Yeah,
it's cool as shit.
Britton, you're kind of like if Mr. Beast was handsome. I just realized.
Thank you. You guys really blew up that guy. I'd never heard of him before I went on this
Beast,
podcast,
man?
and now he's everywhere.
He's in your film, right? He may or may not be in your film. Just saying.
He'll be in the sequel. We got an offer out to him now. I still really don't know what he does, but I hear his name right and left.
He gives people. He's basically like, "Would you do this for an absurd amount of money?" And they're like, he basically makes people torture themselves for a lot of money. He does good stuff.
Like Fear Factor?
But here's the thing: he tortures himself sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. He does do that.
He'll like
David Blaine?
Sort of, but not on that like.
I just got a
Not as like exhibition.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll do it privately.
He buried himself for 7 days.
Show it on
That's what I
YouTube.
just saw. That's what I just saw on Twitter.
But when he was like younger, I would go through all his videos. He went
Back when he was younger.
he like went to his
He's
like
kind of bragging. Oh, I go through all this video.
when he was young, he went to like his parents' pool or something and had like a I don't know like a container over his head and just was under the pool for 24 hours and like had oxygen pumped in this little container. I was like, dude, why? He's all like pruned up, but he's the goat. He's the boat. Top most subscribed YouTuber these days.
Loves that
Isn't
attention.
that nuts,
Dude, R.I.P. PewDiePie.
Dude, PewDiePie, T-Series, it's all over, dude. Mr. Beast gang.
Dude, you're so YouTube pilled.
While I sip my Prime and eat my Beast Bar.
But this is how you guys get in the algo, you know? You gotta,
Yeah, we
gotta
just
shout
talk about Mr. Beast.
you know?
It gets clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go to the marijuana store.
It's marijuana time.
Yeah.
He's only there till 9, so
Shit.
I'm not going to.
Damn.
I don't like to go to the actual store. It's a fun thing about me. Illegal or nothing.
Love it.
I love legal drugs.
Unless I'm on tour, then I'll buy it legally because that's easier usually. But yeah, I like to go to my guy.
You support the local scene.
I'm a small business supporter. Leo, thanks for coming
this
and
is awesome.
chilling in this hot ass fucking
Great
room. It's so hot in here.
Really appreciate this. Thanks for teaming up. And shout out to, while we're talking about the editors, shout out to Bobo Touch who did the editing. They have their own web series too. It's like absurdist comedy, very funny.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah. BoboTouch.com. Check it out.
Check it.
Thanks, y'all.
Dude, thank you guys.